Hello friends, welcome to another What I Ate in a Day on Weight Watchers MyWw Blue plan, which is what I'm on. For those of you who may be new here, I have been doing the Weight Watchers program for like a year and 2 months. I started Halloween 2018 and I have lost about 54 pounds altogether, 54 pounds. So I've been having a lot of success. I started out on the Weight Watchers Freestyle program. I'm now on myww blue. And yeah, I thought I would show you a day of my eating. To give a little bit of context here, I have recently started a new job, so I am packing a lunch to take with me to work, and it's been a pretty busy week. So I will mention that the day that I'm showing you, I wanted to talk a little bit about fitting higher point convenience meals into your day, but then also at the very end, stick around for a bonus because I filmed another dinner that I was having and my reaction to it, which actually I am going to be doing later on tonight after I film this, so I don't even know what my reaction is going to be yet. But I wanted to give you a little bit more for lack of a better term, meat to the video. So I like to talk a little bit about what I eat in a day and also the exercise that I get for a day. But before we do anything else, let's start out with the morning and I will show you my meal prep for lunch. Good morning, guys. It is coming up on 6 a.m. and I'm waking up and getting myself my lunch ready. So I showed you buying this, but that looks really bright. One sec. There, now hopefully you can see it a bit better. This is my lunch salad. As far as veggies in here, I have lettuce, cucumber, radishes, sliced up thin, and then also some cherry tomatoes halved. I have on here 3 slices of this Maple Leaf Natural Selections. This is oven roasted chicken breast. This is 0 points per serving. A serving is 4 slices, but I took 3, so I would have 3 left for tomorrow's lunch. And the dressing I have on here is this Farm Boy Creamy Ranch. This is 2 tablespoons for 1 point, or 3 tablespoons for 2 points. I think I have 2 tablespoons on here, but I might count it as 2 points just to cover my bases. And then I have my yogurt. And I've showed you guys this a ton of times, but it's just 0% fat-free plain Greek yogurt. This is the one that I'm using this week. I just buy what's ever on sale, mixed with a scoop of protein powder to flavor it and get more protein. And this is the Isoflex. I'm getting down on this, so I'm going to go get myself another flavor soon. I might try like a mint chocolate. And then also, if you can hear my voice is a little stuffed up, I'm not feeling 100%. So I am actually drinking this morning, just after I film this, one of these emergencies. I actually scanned this. It is 2 points per serving for this. So I'm going to count that because I've not been counting it for the last couple days. But this is my my lunch and technically my breakfast. I'm still going to be having a coffee after this. I was thinking of maybe taking a banana, but it tends to get kind of mushed up in my bag, and I've found that I'm not eating it. I tend to eat it when I get home from work as a snack. So I'm not going to pack one today. This is my lunch. That was my lunch that I had. Let me talk a little bit about exercise before showing you dinner because I do have an Apple Watch. I try to get 30 minutes of active walking or some kind of activity per day. I try to burn 500 active calories and, you know, hit my stand goal of standing at least for 1 minute in 12 hours during the day. So what I try to do is, because I go on transit to work, I sort of run around doing different things, is I will naturally get some exercise that way during the day. And then I will tend to just add in a bit of walking to top up my activity minutes, and so that I end up hitting those goals. And on days like the day I'm showing you here where things are just super busy, I'm happy with just hitting the minimum. That is just what I need to get. And then on other days, like the day that I'm filming this talking to you, I'm already at 52 minutes of exercise because I went for more of a walk today. But the day that I'm showing you was Wednesday of last week. It was just really busy, and because I'm new at this job and it's very high volume and I'm figuring it out, I stayed a little bit later at work that day. I ended up not being in the mood to cook some of the meals that I had planned that took a little more time to cook. And I thought, well, it would be a good dinner to have something that was convenient, something that I didn't really have to work at. So what I ended up having was a freezer meal that I had. It was a Farm Boy traditional meat pie, so kind of like a tortilla. So it was filled with like ground beef, ground pork, and different spices in it. And then I also in the freezer had some broccoli, which I just steamed and then added a little bit of salt to. But the thing is that that meat pie was very high points. It was 9 points for 1/10 of the pie. So I ended up having about a fifth of it. So I had 18 points worth of meat pie and then 0 points to the veggies. So I ended up using a couple of my weekly points during the week, but that's fine. That is what they're there to use. And one of the things that I find is if you are going to have a higher point entree, something that is more of a convenience food, something that is just higher points, then try to really bulk it out with 0 point veggies, because I think one of the problems with the higher points foods is that they are very dense point-wise, but not super filling necessarily. So while it's really tasty, you really want something that's going to like be in your stomach, take a little longer to digest with having some fiber in it, and balance out the higher points that you're having for the convenience food. So if I look at my overall points for the day, my breakfast ended up being 5 points because it was 2 points for that emergency, but then also I track about 3 points for the various coffees with 2% milk that I have during the day. My lunch was 2 points. I counted, I think, 1 point for the ranch dressing and then 1 point for the protein powder in my yogurt. And then my dinner ended up being 18 points, which, as I said, was entirely for that meat pie. So I usually have 23 points to use during the day. I end up using 25, so 2 of my weeklies, which is totally fine, because some days are going to be like that, where you just want something that is more convenient instead of spending a lot of time cooking. And yes, you can make things that are low point and also very convenient, but that was just how my day went, and I'm always like totally honest with you guys about how my days go. I did end up getting 600 active calories burnt that day, which means I had a total estimated amount of 2,464 calories burnt total during the day, including just like my basal metabolic rate that I use up just by existing. I got exactly 30 minutes of exercise, and it was a long day. I ended up standing for 17 hours. I didn't actually stand for 17 hours of the day. This measures how many hours during the day did you stand for at least a minute, and I did 17 of those. I ended up getting 12,459 steps, which equaled 8.4 kilometers. So that was my exercise and my food for the day. And now I don't know what this next part is going to be like, but I'm going to throw it over to me testing out the dinner. And that dinner that I am testing is the recipe for buffalo egg rolls, buffalo chicken egg rolls, I should say. And that is from the Emily Bites blog, so I will link that recipe down below as well. So this is the mix that is going to go into the buffalo chicken egg rolls. I varied from the recipe a little bit, mostly just that I cooked the chicken breasts in a slow cooker with the buffalo chicken sauce, and let me just show you which one I used. I used this Frank's Red Hot Buffalo. It has 0 calories per tablespoon, and it's nice and hot. So I then shredded up the chicken and added to it 1/3 cup of 0 fat Greek yogurt, just plain. And then the recipe calls for low-fat blue cheese dressing. I end up using this creamy ranch that I talk about all the time from Farm Boy, which is really low points. It's like 3 tablespoons for 2 points. And because I wanted to amp up the ranch flavor a little, I put in I had about half of this, I think it's Clubhouse, but it's basically a ranch powder. And then to that, I added 3 cups of coleslaw mix and then mix that all together. So I'm going to go over to my partner's place and I'm going to assemble the egg rolls there. So these are some of the finished egg rolls. They made 16 in all. I would say that I liked them. They were very spicy and very filling. I mean, they're not really Chinese egg rolls because they're filled with buffalo chicken, but I found them to be pretty good and not as fussy to make as I thought. And would you like to contribute anything to this?
They were less Chinese and more burrito-like.
Yeah, they're sort of, yeah, they're like
Chinese burritos.
Chinese burritos. I did find, though, that because the only thing in them that had points was the ranch dressing and the egg roll wrappers, it felt like you were having some kind of like convenience fast food that were still relatively healthy. So I enjoyed them, but don't sell them as egg rolls because they really are like little burritos wrapped in egg roll wrappers. Fair?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today for this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna try to make more of these, or like at least one per week, but I'm gonna try to make them slightly more interesting. I feel like I'm very repetitive in my foods, but let me know if you guys like these. I enjoy doing them. They just take a little bit of planning to do because I try to choose a day that has something interesting happening in it. And I would like to eventually do a little bit more blogging during the day, just while I adjust to the new job. It's taking up a lot of my bandwidth just to do that. So once again, thank you for joining me. If you've not yet subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. If you like this video, then click like on this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!